get it right. Let's 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 get it right. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Dealatofficial. And this is No Filters. Always appreciate you hitting that like button for me. Subscribing to the channel so you don't miss an episode, and sharing this with the world. And of course, family, when you come in, get comfortable. Get you something to eat. Get you something to drink. Get you something to smoke if that's what you do. Cause you see the title, fam. Wow. Let's get into this here.
Cyprus, who also confirms that he believes that the new leader, Khamenei, was all.
Let's bring in senior Pentagon reporter Louis Martinez and senior White House correspondent Selena Wang for more. How do you both? So, Louis, what's the latest on the reports that Iran's new supreme leader is injured and the violence in the Strait of Hormuz?
Well, Diane, the Associated Press is reporting that, according to Israeli intelligence, they have information that suggests that the new leader, the new supreme leader of Iran, was injured in the initial strike on February 28th inside of Tehran, in that strike that on the compound where his father lived, and he was killed immediately, as were several other of his relatives. Now, we also have additional on-the-record information coming from Iran's ambassador to Cyprus, who also confirms that he believes that the new leader, Khamenei, was also injured in the attack. There have been also hints in some of the semi-official and state media inside of Iran that have made references to the wounded warrior, who they identify as the supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei. So new information coming out. It's unclear whether U.S. officials are going to be able to confirm this. Yesterday, I attended a news conference with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. He was asked about this, and he did not want to get into the status.
And Selena, President Trump told Axios today that the war will end soon because there's, quote, practically nothing left to strike. What else are you hearing about that?
Yeah, this was a really short interview with Axios. The president saying that this war is going to end whenever he wants it to, saying, quote, little this and little that. Anytime I want it to end, it will end. The president also told Axios that Iran will not get off easy after targeting several countries in the Middle East. And the president continued to praise the ongoing military operation, saying that it's going great. Quote, we are way ahead of timetable. We have done more damage than we thought possible, even in the original 6-week period. Now, this just adds another layer of the mixed messaging that we have heard from the president and this administration. As the president has been signaling that this war is going to end very soon, his defense secretary has said that this is only the beginning. And when I asked the president earlier this week, which one is it, the president said, quote, both. These new statements from the president that there's, quote, practically nothing left to target, it raises the question of whether this president plans to declare victory in this war without seizing the enriched uranium deep underground. The president had not ruled out the use of a small team of ground troops in order to do that.
Louis Martinez, Selena Wang, thank you both. And ABC News contributor, former senior CIA field operative Daryl Blacker's here for more. Hi, Daryl. So again, ABC News hasn't independently confirmed that Mojtaba Khamenei was injured in that same strike that killed his father. But if those reports are true, how could that affect the direction for Iran and this war?
I don't think the direction will change at all. The Iranians have spoken. They've chosen their new supreme leader. We saw pictures of him live. He didn't seem to be so injured that he couldn't be out amongst people. He could, in fact, have injuries, but it's not going to be anything that's going to stop the actual moving forward the way that they want to move forward, which is to return to the old regime.
Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu is calling on Iranians to seize the moment, but Iran's police chief is threatening to kill anyone protesting in the streets. So what are you watching for in terms of organized opposition?
Well, that's just it. The opposition is not organized. They're disjointed. They're unable to speak with one another. They didn't really have communications between the internally anyway, between the different groups. So it's one thing to call for people to go out into the street and rise up and seize the moment from the air and from other places. It's completely different when you're staring down the barrel of a gun of people that you know are willing and looking forward to shooting you.
The president also told Axios there's practically nothing left to target in Iran. What do you make of that? And what are the next steps if there's really nothing left to hit?
Well, as a military intelligence officer myself who did targeting, I would suggest that there are a lot of targets left to hit. From the air, he might be correct in some areas, but there's no shortage of targets. Command, communication, and control nodes, infrastructure nodes, the cyber warfare. There's no. I don't understand that statement at all.
The former NATO Deputy Supreme Allied Commander in Europe tells ABC News, even if President Trump declares victory, all it takes is for one drone to hit one tanker in the Strait of Hormuz, and in his words, the world's shippers will take fright. So what's the impact there, and what will it take to actually secure that passage?
The Strait of Hormuz has always been a choke point. It's always been a problem. Been a problem since '79. Of course, when the Shah's regime was in, there was no question about whether they were going to keep it open. But that is an existential threat to the end of the Islamic Republic of Iran. If they think that raising oil prices to $200 a barrel, which I think is the threat they levy today, then that is their last resolve. They can't fight us on other fronts, but they can bring the rest of the world to a screeching halt. And mining the Strait of Hormuz would be one of those mechanisms for achieving that.
All right, Daryl Blocker, thank you.
10 days. That's how long it took for the most powerful military in the history of the world to start looking for the exit door. 10 days of bombs, 10 days of fire, 10 days of Iranian missiles arcing over the Gulf. And now, Donald Trump, the man who called this whole thing a little excursion, picked up the phone and called Vladimir Putin. Not the other way around. Washington placed the call. And that single detail tells you everything you need to know about where this war is actually heading. We are going to walk through exactly what happened in the last 72 hours. We are going to show you why that Putin call is not a routine diplomatic conversation. It is a distress signal dressed up in statecraft language. We are going to show you the numbers behind the oil crisis that is squeezing Trump's political future like a vice. And we are going to explain why Iran, a country that just lost its supreme leader, its navy, most of its missiles, and over 1,000 of its people, is still not blinking. Because the story is not about who is winning the bombing campaign. The story is about who is winning the war of time. And right now, that is not the United States. To understand where we are, you have to understand where this started. On February 28, 2026, less than 2 weeks ago, the United States and Israel launched what they called Operation Epic Fury. Nearly 900 strikes in 12 hours. B-2 stealth bombers, B-52s, F-35s, Tomahawk missiles fired from warships in the Persian Gulf. It was the largest American military operation in the Middle East since the 2003 invasion of Iraq. In the opening hours, Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei was killed, assassinated alongside dozens of senior officials who had gathered at his compound. It was a decapitation strike, the kind of move that is supposed to shatter a regime from the top down. The Trump administration had a theory: knock out the head and the body collapses. The Iranian people, who had been in open revolt just weeks earlier, with thousands killed in a brutal government crackdown, would rise up. The regime would fold. The nuclear program would be destroyed. The whole thing would be over in days. Trump stood in front of cameras and called it a short-term excursion. His energy secretary posted on social media that the US Navy had already escorted a tanker safely through the Strait of Hormuz. The markets believed it. Oil prices briefly plunged, and then the White House had to walk it all back. The Navy had not escorted anything. The strait was not open, and the short-term excursion just entered its 11th day with no end in sight. Here is what the theory missed. Iran was not Iraq in 2003. Iran did not wait to be liberated. Iran fired back. Within hours of the opening strikes, Iranian ballistic missiles were screaming across the Gulf. Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, Bahrain, Qatar, home to the largest US airbase in the Middle East. UAE, Jordan, waves of drones, hundreds at a time, targeting oil facilities, American military installations, civilian infrastructure. Iran's Revolutionary Guard announced the Strait of Hormuz, the narrow waterway through which 20% of the world's entire oil supply flows, was closed. Not threatened, closed. A commander of the Guard told the world that any vessel attempting to pass would be set ablaze. And here is where the real war began. Not the military war, the economic war. Because when you close the Strait of Hormuz, you are not just attacking ships. You are attacking every gas station in Ohio. You are attacking every airline in Europe. You are attacking every manufacturer in Asia. Roughly 20 million barrels of oil pass through that 21-mile wide channel every single day. And when those ships stopped moving, when insurance companies pulled their war risk coverage and tankers sat at anchor rather than risk an Iranian missile, the price of crude oil did something it had never done at this scale before. It went vertical. Brent crude, the international benchmark, hit $103 a barrel last Monday. West Texas Intermediate, the American benchmark, soared 40% in a single week. S&P Global Market Intelligence reported that ship transits through the Strait of Hormuz dropped 95% in the first week of March. 95%. Before the war, about 160 vessels a week passed through. Last week, 55 made it through. Gas prices at American pumps are already up 17% since the fighting began, according to the Oil Price Information Service. Analysts at Gulf Oil told reporters that if the strait remains effectively closed through next week, diesel could hit between $4.50 and $5 a gallon, gasoline at $4 in most parts of the country. Saudi Aramco, the world's largest oil exporter, used the phrase catastrophic consequences to describe what continued disruption would mean. That is not alarmism. That is the CEO of the company that runs the global oil economy telling you something is very, very wrong. And the person most alarmed by all of it is sitting in the White House, trying to figure out how to explain $5 gasoline to voters in Pennsylvania and Michigan 18 months before the midterms. This is the context you need to understand Monday's phone call. On March 9, 2026, the White House reached out to Moscow. Washington placed the call, a detail confirmed by the Kremlin itself. The message coming out of Trump's team to the press was that this was a routine check-in, two world leaders exchanging assessments. But look at the facts. Trump had not spoken to Putin since December 2025. The two men met in Anchorage, Alaska, back in August, their first face-to-face since Trump returned to office. After that, months of relative silence at the presidential level. Then, 10 days into a Middle East war that is choking the global oil supply, with 7 American soldiers dead, with oil above $100, with mixed messages flying out of the Pentagon, with the entire G7 scrambling to discuss emergency oil reserve releases, suddenly, Washington felt the urgent need to get Vladimir Putin on the line. That is not routine. That is a president feeling the walls close in. Kremlin foreign policy advisor Yuri Ushakov briefed reporters on the substance of the conversation. He described it as frank and businesslike. He said it lasted approximately 1 hour. He said Putin put forward a number of proposals aimed at a quick political and diplomatic settlement of the conflict. Proposals Putin had developed after recent conversations with Gulf leaders and with Iran's new leadership. He said both leaders also discussed the oil market disruption and the situation in Ukraine. And critically, he noted the call had been very substantial and would undoubtedly have practical significance. In Kremlin speak, that is as close as you get to saying something was agreed. A few hours after the call, Trump spoke to reporters at his Doral Golf Club in Florida. He said he had a very good call with Putin. He said Putin was very impressed with what he saw the US military accomplish in Iran. He said the war would be over very soon. And he said something revealing about Ukraine. When asked about Putin's desire to be helpful in the Middle East, Trump brushed it aside. He wants to be helpful, Trump said. I told him you can be more helpful by ending the war in Ukraine. Read that twice. The President of the United States, in the middle of a war he started, is now dangling the possibility of a Ukraine peace deal as a bargaining chip with Russia. He is not demanding anything from Putin. He is asking Putin for a favor. And in return, he is offering to accelerate negotiations that would end a war Russia is currently winning on the battlefield. Ushakov confirmed that in the same call, Putin gave Trump a detailed account of Russian troop movements in Ukraine, movements he described as progressing with a lot of success. The Kremlin was, in the most diplomatic possible terms, reminding Washington who holds the cards in Eastern Europe. And Washington was listening. This is why the call matters. It is not just a diplomatic touch base. It is a window into a president who launched a war with a clear theory of victory. A quick strike, a crumbled regime, a liberated Iran, a legacy-defining moment, and is now confronting the reality that the theory is failing. Iran is still standing. The new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, the hardline son of the man Trump's military killed, has been installed. Iran's parliament speaker posted publicly, "Certainly we are not seeking a ceasefire." Iran's foreign minister told reporters his country was well prepared to continue attacking with our missiles as long as needed. Iran's top security chief looked directly at Trump and said, "Even those bigger than you could not eliminate Iran." And here is what should genuinely alarm you. The Trump administration's own public messaging has started to fracture in ways that tell the real story. Last Monday, Trump called the war a short-term excursion. He predicted it would be over very soon. When a reporter pointed out that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth had simultaneously described the campaign as just beginning, with Tuesday being declared the most intense day of strikes yet, Trump paused and said, "I think you could say both. Both. The war is almost over, and also it is just beginning. Those two things cannot simultaneously be true." The fact that Trump tried to say they could is the sound of a man who does not know how to end what he started. The Pentagon confirmed it spent $5 billion on munitions in just the first 2 days of Operation Epic Fury. In 11 days, 7 US service members have been killed, more than 140 wounded. The administration declined to provide updated cost figures to Congress, which tells you the number is not one they want the public to do math on. Meanwhile, Iran has absorbed the strikes, adapted and kept firing. Its missile launch rate has dropped. US Admiral Brad Cooper reported a 90% decline in ballistic missile launches from day one, but that decline is being read 2 ways. The optimistic reading is that American strikes have degraded Iran's capabilities. The more sobering reading is that Iran is rationing, pacing itself for a longer conflict, deliberately conserving what it has left, a strategy, not a collapse. And Putin is watching all of this with the cold satisfaction of a chess player who has just watched his opponent flip the board in frustration and then ask for help picking up the pieces. Russia has enormous strategic interest in both outcomes here. If Iran endures and the US gets mired in a prolonged conflict, American attention and resources are consumed, exactly what Moscow wants as it advances in Ukraine. But Russia also has an interest in not letting its most important Middle Eastern ally be completely destroyed. And it has a third interest that is purely financial. Every day the Strait of Hormuz stays closed is a day Russian oil, which flows nowhere near the Gulf, becomes more attractive to China and India. One analysis firm noted that the conflict has materially improved Russia's competitive position in global crude markets. Putin is not just a mediator here, he is a beneficiary. He walked into that phone call holding a hand that included leverage on Ukraine, leverage with Iran, and leverage over the global oil price. And the White House called him. There is a deeper pattern worth noting. The last time Iran and the US and Israel fought a major exchange, the 12-day war in June 2025, it also ended with a Trump-brokered ceasefire, one the Kremlin and Iran's allies played no part in brokering. Trump declared victory, Iran declared victory, the ceasefire held, and 9 months later, Trump started the whole thing again, this time with ground-shaking strikes that killed the supreme leader himself. What that history tells you is that declarations of victory in this part of the world are fragile things. They are trophies that break under the weight of unresolved grievances. The question now is whether Trump can find a way to declare victory again. Some combination of destroyed nuclear sites, degraded missile stockpiles, and international agreements, without the Iranian regime actually surrendering, because the evidence of the last 11 days suggests it never will. Iran's new supreme leader has been celebrated in the streets of Tehran. The Revolutionary Guard is still operating. Hezbollah in Lebanon launched fresh rockets into northern Israel as recently as this week, dragging Lebanon back into the fire, with Beirut's southern suburbs being struck again and over 570 people killed in Lebanon alone. Iran's proxies in Iraq have declared readiness to enter the fight. The total human cost so far, more than 1,200 killed in Iran, over 570 in Lebanon, 14 civilians dead in Israel, and 7 American service members who came home in flag-draped caskets, including Sergeant Benjamin Pennington, an Army Space Battalion soldier killed in an Iranian more than 1,200 killed in Iran, over 570 in Lebanon, 14 civilians dead in Israel, and 7 American service members who came home in flag-draped caskets, including Sergeant Benjamin Pennington, an Army Space Battalion soldier killed in an Iranian strike on a base in Kuwait. These are not abstractions on a ticker. These are real costs, and they are accumulating faster than Trump's original theory of victory can absorb them. So where does this go from here? The most likely scenario, and the one the Putin call is quietly laying the groundwork for, is an off-ramp that is dressed up as a triumph. Watch for Trump to announce that Iran's nuclear program has been eliminated, that its navy has been destroyed, that its missile arsenal has been permanently degraded. He will frame this as mission accomplished, even if Iran's government remains in power, even if the new supreme leader is installed, even if Iranian missiles are still arcing over the Gulf. He needs an exit. The oil markets need an exit. The 7 families who lost soldiers need an exit. And Putin, who just positioned himself as the essential broker, the man who helped find the diplomatic path, gets to collect on that favor when the discussion turns back to Ukraine. That is the transaction being constructed in real time. Trump ends the Iran war on terms he can sell to his base as a win. Putin gets movement on Ukraine in the direction Moscow wants. Russia's oil income remains elevated for as long as the disruption lasts. And the Iranian regime, battered but unbroken, gets to tell its own people accumulating faster than Trump's original theory of victory can absorb them. So where does this go from here? The most likely scenario, and the one the Putin call is quietly laying the groundwork for, is an off-ramp that is dressed up as a triumph. Watch for Trump to announce that Iran's nuclear program has been eliminated, that its navy has been destroyed, that its missile arsenal has been permanently degraded. He will frame this as mission accomplished, even if Iran's government remains in power, even if the new supreme leader is installed, even if Iranian missiles are still arcing over the Gulf. He needs an exit. The oil markets need an exit. The 7 families who lost soldiers need an exit. And Putin, who just positioned himself as the essential broker, the man who helped find the diplomatic path, gets to collect on that favor when the discussion turns back to Ukraine. That is the transaction being constructed in real time. Trump ends the Iran war on terms he can sell to his base as a win. Putin gets movement on Ukraine in the direction Moscow wants. Russia's oil income remains elevated for as long as the disruption lasts. And the Iranian regime, battered but unbroken, gets to tell its own people that it fought the United States and Israel and is still standing. The only person who seems genuinely unbothered by all of this is the man who has spent the last week telling the world exactly what Iran plans to do, and doing it. No Twitter wars, no rallies, no declarations of imminent victory, just missiles, just defiance, just the message delivered in the clearest possible terms that 10 days of the most intense American air campaign in a generation was not enough to make Tehran blink. There is a photo from last Monday, taken just after Trump's press conference in Doral, where he called the war an excursion and predicted it would end very soon. On one screen, you have Trump at the podium, flanked by flags, talking about how well things are going and what a great call he had with Putin. On another screen, drone footage of the Shahran oil refinery outside Tehran, still burning, columns of black smoke visible from miles away. And anchored in the Gulf, over 150 commercial ships sitting motionless, waiting for someone, anyone, to tell them it is safe to move again. That is the picture of this moment. A president telegraphing his desire to end a war his own defense secretary says is just beginning. A world waiting for the Strait of Hormuz to reopen, while oil markets swing 17% in a single day on a deleted tweet. And Vladimir Putin, the man who has been sanctioned, isolated, accused of war crimes, and written off as a pariah, sitting in Moscow, taking calls from Washington, positioning himself as the indispensable middleman between the United States and a country it has been bombing for 11 days. Whatever deal eventually gets announced, whatever ceasefire, whatever framework, whatever Trump chooses to call a victory, the architecture of that deal is being built right now. And the person holding the blueprints is not in the Oval Office. If you want to follow this story as it develops, what happens when Hormuz reopens, whether Iran really accepts a diplomatic settlement, and what Putin extracts from the United States in exchange for his help, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. We are tracking every development. This is far from over.
Care nothing about y'all. Y'all tired.
Hold up, man. I think you feel like you know where you at. And I appreciate that, because if somebody that be here as family, when they share this, it's when we talking about hit that like button, double tap that screen. Share this with the world. Like when we talking about that, then that means you might have came here because somebody told you to do that. You feel me? I'm going to tell you to do it again. You hear me? Hit that like button, double tap that screen, because you ain't doing nothing. That's a free situation. You sitting there, you're comfortable. Some of y'all sitting, laying, eating, chilling, smoking, breathing, water, juice, soda, drink. That's what you're doing. Looking at, yeah. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. It's free. You just woke up today. Your kids are here. What you doing? Hit the like button because your kids are here, fam. What? I'm trying to bring you in on what's going on lately. I know all the ruckus in your life been going on, but just for a minute, come close. I need you to understand what's going on. Yeah. Just so you know, as of late or as of early, China, Russia, everybody's involved. This ain't just U.S. No. Everybody's involved now. I don't know if you know that. I just let this lady talk that long on the strength of what I was trying to get you to hear. She said, shout out to the panel in the building right now, Lil with Theo in the building. She said, 1,000 gone, another 500 some gone, and only 7 from over here on USA turf. My bad, you thought that was me tripping? No, that was a moment of silence for those people that's sitting there gone. Because you ain't even think about who that was. That might have been somebody's cousin in her. Because y'all been in the services thinking you getting money just to be doing the army. But on my bad, you going over there shooting now. See, back then, Theo, y'all, let me tell you something. I know cats used to sign up just like I was in elementary school and I took choir because all the chicks was in choir. Yeah, see, they signed up for the military because they just wanted some money, but they didn't think they was gonna have to go shoot a fight. You get what I'm saying? Because when the last time we really had to pull them people out of here? You see what I'm saying? They been here. So we ain't really had to tap in and go like send people over there since what, 9/11? Am I true? 9/11? Yeah, we ain't sent nobody since 9/11. So a lot of people that's got informed or people that was involved, they was really just trying to go to the military because, you know, they got their own mall, they got their own life, they got their own campus. You get what I'm saying? Which is base, the military base. But I bet they didn't think they was gonna have to fight this early. You see what I'm saying? And now that I'm knowing that it's people that of a certain age that's gonna have to sign up and enlist themselves into the military because of this reason here only. Not because of anything else, only because of what's going on. Right now, we are bullying the Iran. We taking their resources. What's your gas price doing, Theo?
I'm about topping out at about 370, 380 a gallon for just regular. It's crazy. We at 390 something. And we have concerns now that say they're not accepting pennies.
Okay, now we finna get into that because I just was.
It's crazy.
No more pennies, fam. What we doing?
But when you're doing cash, like if you doing on your call card, you know, of course it wouldn't matter. And then I seen a sign today. I was at a restaurant and they said from if you know your total ends with the 1-4, they're gonna go up to 5 cents. If it ends from 5 to 9, they're gonna go up 10 cents on your price.
Wow.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Wow.
Right.
Everybody in here right now, I want to know where you're from and what your gas price is right now. Type it in here right now. What is your gas price? Fam just said, you,
Somebody said
420. No, that ain't even real. What?
Oh wow, 339.
Lori say she 339. Lori, shout out Lori in the building. Lori, let us know. Give me your email. We're going to send the Zoom to you. Want to pull up. Demi Hill, that's another member. Send that email. We're going to send that Zoom to pull up, fam. But 339, 420, let me know your gas price today. Get the typing. We finna hit that like button, double tap that screen. Let's go. I got something for you to see. You need to see this and understand what's really going on here, man. This is real. Like, this is really happening. And now America is on high alert. I don't think if y'all know, America is on high alert now. There's always, you know, the different colors, you know, like for the weather, where you got this color and then it get like orange and then it get red. And I don't know what's after red. Is there something after red? I think it's just red. Yeah. So we in the red at this point, what they trying to say? Because we was in the orange for a minute or even in the yellow. But now they're trying to say we in the red because everybody's involved. And here we have, I believe, the Chinese president talking big about, and I'm sorry to say this, about the USA.
Yeah.
He ain't talking about black folk. He's talking about, listen, forgive me, because we all fam in here. Whichever color you breathe in, your mama, whoever it is, listen, we all fam. It don't matter, ain't nothing. But listen to me. It's certain people that's a part of this and there's certain people that ain't. You hear me? Pick a side, fam. If you with this war, then okay, he talking to you. But if you not, he not talking to you. Let it go. It's okay. Be at peace. You understand? Because we didn't say this or we didn't claim this. But I'm sorry, you and your kids live over here on USA turf and you have no say in it. So again, this Chinese man is really talking big, but he's really talking about Trump. You get what I'm saying? And it makes it seem so bad because, you know, like I said, my kids here, so to hear him say what he's saying is different. Geeky in the building from ATL, I see you. She said gas is higher than food is higher. Education is higher. Clothing costs more. Have you put your car on the shop recently? In the shop recently? Oh, that's real, Geeky. Cute Chaos in the building speaking about it. She said, yes. Let me know your gas prices, fam. Let's go.
This is not the America that you knew. This is the new world order. Make no mistake about it. You want to deal with military mind games like
New York people be crazy. Real life. New York people crazy.
You gotta stay focused to see through the bullshit. Don't let
He's serious too. Look at him.
You're not a horse.
I rock with New York, literally. And I'm so moved by New York because they be so deep about it. Video in here, this a spot. You see how he coming, don't you? New York in the building. It's really real. We're gonna get all this out for fam. Cause he really like, and I'm gonna be real. It's a reason I'm playing this right now because this brother here, listen, and I'm for real. It's some things that had happened that we didn't pay attention to, and there's some things that's happened that we don't even care to hear. You hear me? But it's like for some reason, it's like the East Coast and like the West Coast on the edges of the world. You hear me? It's like they getting the information and they bringing it to the world. You get what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what's happening right now. And there's a lot of information he's getting that we just not getting. I'm in the middle. I'm in the loop. I'm sorry. Anybody talking like that, acting like they know what's going on, I'm in the loop. But we get it last. You know what I'm saying? Like that new pair or whatever, or that new this and that, we don't get it till last. Because we right in the middle of things. But this brother I'm bringing in right now, Hassan Campbell, real life, he wants to remind you of some things that happened. But you're going to have to pick a side after watching this video because to be honest with you, that video, I'm trying to figure out I'm trying to get you all, Theo, I'm trying to get y'all to see a video that I feel like I love within seeing this video. I'm trying to get y'all to see a video that has to do with COVID, the RFID chip, and how they use that vaccine.
See that?
Fame.
Yeah.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you that the COVID vaccine has a tracking device in the medicine. Oh no, hear me for real. How and what? The COVID vaccine that everybody was amp about, I knew something wasn't right with it, fam. I was like, boy, Lord, take me, Jesus. If it's my time, then it's me. It's me now today. But if I got to go get it, hit me, just take me now. You know what I'm saying? Just take me. Because if I got to go get this, I don't even know what this is. Everybody just about, hold up. Bill Gates put a problem out here and then give you to solve it.
Right.
Solution. Right, he give you the solution. You can't tell me I ain't tripping. I'm like, something ain't right with that. And I ain't gonna lie. I had COVID. I know I had COVID. I didn't smell. One situation, went to the club, had a show. It was packed, it was crazy. Came home, falling out. Next morning, couldn't smell, breathe, nothing. That was real. But the part about creating a problem, then solution, that's been going on since, you know what I'm saying? But don't nobody really care about it because that's what's really been going on, fam. The create the problem and solution, that's real. Bill Gates said it'd be another pandemic. You heard me? That's to come. But I'm like, is that good that he's telling us it's gonna be another? Like how you know it's gonna be another? How you know it's gonna be another? How you gonna tell me, oh, it's gonna be another? How you know? That ain't making no, that mean that like right in my face, you telling me you gonna do this. And ain't nobody doing nothing about it to you because you got all these, what I call it, Chris knew what I call it. An articulate, oh man. Theo, I think y'all heard that. It was an episode we had here where the articulate talking, that articulate talk of a person will blind you.
Yeah.
You won't be able to hear right. You know what I'm saying? The articulate words and how they dress it up so good and so well for them to understand that you can receive what they're saying in a very professional and uniform way. I can pull words out my pocket right now if I want. Like I can pull words out right now on how people do. But because of that, that articulate talk will blind you from what's really going on. You see what I'm saying? And in this case, articulately, Bill Gates been telling us, hey, we finna pull out another pandemic and y'all gonna have to figure it out. You see what I'm saying? And COVID that. But I heard and seen, allegedly, something in the COVID medicine that can track us and everything got going. And now they've been sitting there running tests on folk like that. And I'm gonna tell you again, I believe it. And I'm coming up close. You hear me? I believe it. Because all this extra other this and that, the moment they start making two Theos, how you don't believe nothing after that? I believe what?
They have two Theos, they're gonna be in trouble.
I believe everything after that. It don't even matter. It's, oh. They got the devil over here on your shoulder. Like, hey, what's going on, fam? We're doing bad. No, do it good. No, do it bad. Do it good. I can't believe it. It's real. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. It's real. We in here cooking. Let's go.
Full of niggas scoring balling on a budget. But fuck it.
Man, we not doing that. It's over. We not doing none of that. No, we not doing none of that. All of that.
He drone.
No, all of that. No.
Get the internet. When a missile fall in one of them drones, knock Granny noodles all over the sidewalk, and you looking at Granny, and you know how you getting ready to start that cry? My bad, John. We back in the building. All right.
The FBI warning of possible Iranian drone attacks on our homeland. A new alert reviewed by ABC News revealing Iran's aspirations to conduct a surprise attack specifically against unspecified targets in California. The FBI saying it's warned police departments across the Golden State now of strikes by unmanned aerial vehicles or drones. Tensions rise in the Middle East. Let's get straight to our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Kontersky. Aaron, what are you learning?
We've reviewed an alert that came within the last couple of weeks, Kira, just recently, from the FBI to law enforcement agencies up and down the California coastline, warning that Iran is aspiring now to perhaps launch some kind of a retaliatory attack on the U.S. mainland using drones on the West Coast. The alert that
My daughter's out in California. You know what I'm saying? And all the people who live out there, and the people who live out there, family, people going, away to school and things of that nature. Nobody wants to hear that shit.
Theo.
we reviewed said an uncorroborated report suggests
My bad, John. My bad.
The FBI warning of possible Iranian drone attacks on our homeland. A new alert reviewed by ABC News revealing Iran's aspirations to conduct a surprise attack specifically against unspecified targets in California. The FBI saying it's warned police departments across the Golden State now of strikes by unmanned aerial vehicles or drones. Tensions rise in the Middle East. Let's get straight to our chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Kontersky. Aaron, what are you learning?
we we've reviewed an alert that came within the last couple of weeks, Kira, just recently, from the FBI to law enforcement agencies up and down the California coastline, warning that Iran is aspiring now to perhaps launch some kind of a retaliatory attack on the U.S. mainland using drones on the West Coast. The alert that we reviewed said an uncorroborated report suggested that unidentified Mexican cartel leaders had authorized attacks using drones carrying explosives, so they know that capability exists. And this separate alert that we've reviewed, Kira, says that Iran has those same kinds of aspirations. So the U.S. has broadly known for some time that drones could be deployed against the homeland. We know that Iran has been using drones significantly in this 12-day-old war with the United States. That's what killed the first 6 U.S. service members in this war. But now the FBI is specifically warning police agencies in California along the Pacific coastline that Iran is aspiring to use them to attack in the West.
This is where we're going to separate the boys from the men. And this is where all you females out there that feel like you don't need a man, we'll see. Shall we begin? We will see. This is where you're going to find out, you know, because you got some of these dudes that's only tough in their neighborhood because they mastered bullying niggas in their neighborhood. But now we're going to see when things really, really hit the fan and all of the evil is activated in this new world order, the evil that's getting ready to be activated, we're going to see. We're going to separate the boys from the men. Because some niggas is tough in their own neighborhood, but you ain't really been battle tested until you wake up with half your building on fire.
And see, let me tell you something. This is one, hit that like button, double tap that screen, learn something right now. This is one reason why folk that come from where I come from with this right here, it makes you feel a certain type of way. Because the videos that I played that was funny by all black folk, it was more not saying funny like, oh, you know, yeah, if this happened like that. No, some of that was really, people are soft. Like, they not built for that. Like, dude was like, hey, listen, we probably pile in the hood and spin a block. We not spinning a country. We're not spinning a different. See, that's the thing. And what he's trying to get at in a second is going to really make things happen for real, because men that's built for the streets and whatever this propaganda curriculum of hood and black on black and all of that, the fact that when other folks step into this city and find themselves in a situation, what are you going to do? Because now it ain't going to be about no hood or gangster. It's about, have you ever done this? Have you ever did this yourself? So you can't even hide it behind your friends. If these people come over here, you hear me? If these people come over here, fam, first of all, it ain't gonna be like they just walk in the streets. I'm thinking it'll be another 9/11. I just said West Coast, East Coast. Didn't I just say they coming? I said that without even knowing what they said, fam. And they just told you somebody about to come in.
And you trying to figure out how to get missile residue off your babies. We gonna see just how tough niggas is, right?
Now hold up. Iran?
When you see
no, stop. Iran people going through that. They over there chilling, talking, and all of a sudden it's boom, none but bomb. Kabloom. Yeah, baby. Everything just in a moment, everything gone. That's what's going. Have y'all even seen the news? Has anyone seen, press one if you looked at your own news. See, your news ain't my news. We in a different, see, that's the problem too. Because the news they give you in California and New York, they don't give me in St. Louis. You hear me? That's the, no, Carolina, no. No. Atlanta, no, oh no. It's not the same, it's not happening. Whatever he's playing, I ain't never heard. You get what I'm saying? And that's the worst case, because if they only giving that news to the outer cities, outer states, then that means the people internal, they have a plan to leave us late. And now we have no information for us to get ourselves. And now they have made us bait. Because everybody else knows what's going on but those that's in the inside. And now I have a problem with that. And I'm just being straight up for real. I got a mother problem with that, because it's like, well, I ain't see that news. Or did I trip? Because this news here, I would think this is like world news. I ain't gonna lie, I started watching BBC. Y'all know about BBC, don't you?
You may say that.
But to tell it like it is, I started watching BBC.
Otherwise, you're gonna see the same local news. They play at 5, 6, 7,
Thank
11,
you.
and they just recycle the same news stories. They don't play anything new. They gatekeep and they shelter, what we do.
Fully. And I think the biggest thing now, knowing that they do it in that manner, I didn't know about this. And because this really alarms me that he's telling me that they want to bomb something coming with a drone from the west coast of the United States. Hey, if you in, I've been talking about this forever, love within.
Oh, yeah.
Did I not say if you get hit, fam, on your side, you're going to have to run on this side? Anybody on the West Coast probably want to tap in right now. Just say yeah. Say one. Say something. Just say something. If you on the West Coast, just say something so we can identify fam in here from No Filters. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. We cooking.
Granny in the wheelchair. You know your granny, she got the oxygen tank. She's sitting in the wheelchair. She still be eating her collard greens and macaroni and cheese and all that. When a missile fall and one of them drones knock granny noodles all over the sidewalk, and you looking at granny, and you know how you getting ready to start that cry? And that cry goes so deep, you can't even get it out. It's stuck in you. Yeah. It's about to get real in the battlefield. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Which I thought that the world was going to go back to normal after everybody evil in office told y'all that they really the real Blade or Count Dracula. You really thought that they was going to let life go right back to normal. After that, they didn't see the thing about it with evil, the elite. They put things in movies, or they have to tell you what the real deal is, directly or indirectly. Now, whether you believe it or not is up to you. But evil has opened up the curtains and let you look through a big window and see how just evil it is. All of the rumors and all of the things that you thought never would and could be true, well, it's true. But what was beautiful to me about today's time is that everything that I studied for the last 30 years is happening right in front of everybody's face. I've been studying this for 30 years. And I'm living to see it. So it's a gift and a curse, because you don't want to see it happen. But you know, when people think you a fool, oh, this nigga crazy. I want to hear that stuff he talking about. This nigga crazy. We can actually say now that 9/11 was an inside job. Before you couldn't say that. But now evil is telling on itself.
Thank you. Keep living.
We can actually say that 9/11 was an inside job. Listen, see, everything happens for a reason. To all my foundational black Americans out there, huh? which I really call us the true Native Americans. If you a true Native American, a foundational Black American, press 1 in the comment section. If your ancestors was born in America from the beginning of time, you're Native, your great-grandmother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, your great-grandmother, y'all gotta understand something. You are a last of a dying breed, and you are what they really trying to get rid of in America. This is why they took people from every island and dumped them in New York and dumped them all over America to erase the true history of who we are in the land that belongs to us. That's what it's really all about. That's why you see Trump running around taking all the monuments, all the black hit.
Listen to me. This is very important because a lot of all of us in here don't know where you came from. You have no understanding of your background, your culture, nor a foundation of where you started. So I urge you to understand this because it's deep about, we just heard based on whatever they've provided, right? Let me say that again for somebody in the back. We only hear based on what they've provided, but you don't know really where you come from, where you, your group, yourself, your family, your blood, how deep it goes and where it comes from. I urge you to find out. Because once you find that out, that might give you an understanding of what you should be doing. It's funny because even for a group or the worst group out here, that's different of a group being made up against the culture of somebody like Seminole Indians. If you ever heard of a Seminole Indian, you ever heard of a Seminole Indian? If you ever heard of a Seminole Indian, would you say, Theo?
Yes, sir. Florida.
That's what I'm talking about. So when we talking about even that, when I give you that understanding, when I just gave that as an example of saying Seminole Indians, that's what I mean. Understand what that is. That's Indian and black, but more black than Indian. That's a real thing. I come from that. That's deep. That's real. Not knowing that, it was different because when I pull up at my family reunion, everybody looking like, what you talking about? And everybody chiefing too. Something different. My grandma pulled me to the side. I'm looking at her face. I'm like, why your eyes changing colors? And you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up with that? And she like, yeah, you know, baby, find out about us. Come here. She pulled me. She's short, so she pulling me. And she sat down and then looked at my other people. And this dude's eyes was like chameleon. You get what I'm saying? It was doing like this, green, blue, red. It was crazy. He like, that's your great, great, great. You know what I mean? And he was like, that's the, and I'm looking at their hair. And I'm just looking at how they flowing. You hear me? They all looking like they've been all sitting around a campfire creating something going on and making something happen and not moving. You feel me? Like they come from that time. They all looking like it. I get it. Makes me even more feel like, oh, okay, that's my fault. We come from this. Now I gotta ask, what was we doing? What was we on? What y'all, was y'all getting money? Or was y'all just sitting around there? What y'all getting money? Was he flipping and twirling? What they had going? You know what I'm saying? What we talking about? Who got the bag? Who ain't what? Put me on, G. What we doing? That's the thing. We don't know. It's a lot of us that don't know where we come from. You feel me? Or who for you to even feel like you're a part of something. That's the thing about me talking about being a member of No Filters. Because again, together we feel more than alone. And once you know what you've come a part of or where you come from, you feel more a part of something that makes you feel like you can do and live life a certain way. Why? Because my people did it. You'll wonder why you doing what you're doing and why I don't mesh or match with the world. You know how many people out here like that? They're doing this and that and they don't match. It just seems like you're an outcast. My bad. Find out who your people is and you might find out why you doing what you doing. Which will put you in a position to feel like you're a part of something because again, why? Your people did it. And that's not bad. I hate it that you have to find out now. Probably this is the most greatest point in time for you to find out where you come from and who you are because of where we're headed. This is the best time for you. Because I urge you, if you don't know where you're from or where you are, you won't have nothing to stand on. And if that's the case, if you stand on nothing, then you fall for anything. What we talking about?
So, T, if you ever heard of Dave Calloway, and he has a whole channel on YouTube. Him and his wife, they've been out here for years.
Yes, his name sounds truly familiar. Yeah.
And you know, his series, his tagline is "I'm just here to make you think." And so he talks about how the whole idea of black folks coming from being, you know, being descendants of slaves is either untrue or factually there's issues with it, because the number of people that would have had to come over from Africa to here to be our ancestors, it just doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. It doesn't add up with the records that they have. You know, the white folks keep fastidious records. They were very proud of the slave trade. And so, but it does add up with the millions of black and brown and copper colored people that were already here.
Before. Right. Right.
And what they did was, they went from calling us indigenous to free men and women, as far as how we were classified by the United States Census. Then we were called Negro. Then the census came along and reclassified us again as black. Then they came along and reclassified us again. You notice how they kept changing our classification
Right.
to African American, which really means nothing.
Worth. Right. We have no worth in
Elon
that.
Musk about a lot of stuff, but when he came out and said, "I'm African American," right? Because technically he's Dutch, but I guess he was born in South Africa. And now he's come here and got his little illegal American citizenship. So he said all that to say it's a misnomer. It's not a real classification.
Of how many here, who we are. Right. Right.
Right, and there's a reason why they kept doing that to us. Because they didn't want us to know where we really came from, to be able to trace our roots, to know that most of us, some of us might be a mixture of West African, Central African, South African, but we really are indigenous.
That's the hit right there. The indigenous. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Theo trying to get you to learn something today. Listen to me. What she just said gives the points of me just telling us how they try to strip us of our past so we don't get nowhere in our future. That's a big thing. And she just explained why they are stripping us of our past so we don't get to our future. Because again, if you really come into who you really are, you might activate something. You get what I'm saying? Even in the movie, remember that movie that oh girl, and this my movie too. Dang.
What was the movie about?
Old girl in there, Johansson, Scarlett. What's the girl name? White girl. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all know what I'm talking about? The white girl. Johansson. What the? The movie about her. What's the dude named Morgan Freeman? And they put the drugs in her body that made her see beyond. When they made the drug that was put in her body. Tell me what this movie. There we go. See, I ain't even got to say nothing because my fam in here. KDS in the building. You already know their fam came in talking that talk. Lucy. Hey, you seen it?
I've seen it.
A love within, you ain't seen.
Come on, watch me. It's wild.
Look at her face. She said, "Oh, let me see that. You know, I ain't that." When she, the way she said, no, I'm with you on that. She just, when I said, she like, I'm like, for real? She like, you know, I just, you know, I ain't there. You know, I'm just living. You know, she said, you know, it's all good. That's why I got to laugh her. Yeah, I got to get a list. I swear, I was finna say, I got to make a list for her, cause she know what's going on in the world. Lucy, press 1 now, Lucy. Hey, let me tell you about Lucy. Lucy, that's what really made me have a like a back and forth with my mama, because it was like, first of all, we're here on the earth. Okay, God created man, you know, all of that, right? Okay, cool. But the part I'm trying to understand is the brain is dumbed down to like 1%. But then in the movie Lucy, they trying to tell you how much that if we are really using the 100% of the brain, what would really become of us? That's what the movie is, you hear me? And it's showing you that they had a situation that allowed them to expand the brain to the fullness of for her to use every part of the brain that we are not. You know when they used to say like you can bend a spoon if you concentrate hard enough? That's real. But they try to make it funny because again, you dumb down the human, that'll make you think the human has it. But why they keep making all these mutant movies that we have powers?
So I've been reading the book of Adam and Eve, and I know a lot of people feel like it's not biblical, it's not canon, and so forth. But it talks about how the Most High God made us originally, first of all, to live forever. And we were beings of light. We were taller, we were stronger when he originally made Adam and Eve. And they could see into the spiritual realm directly. So like right now, our spiritual eyes are covered. We can't see, there's a veil. We can't see the angels and the demons and the heavens. But Adam and Eve had the ability to see all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they had the ability to communicate directly with the Most High.
Before
the fall.
The fall, right.
Before they relinquished their authority to the fallen one, we had all power and authority.
Right, and see, I think like how I was raised, they would speak of that to be the spiritual eye being open. Because even when you read the Bible, you can't just read it with this eye that you're talking about right now that we speak of. A lot of situations that happen or things that came about. Like think about it. If you're talking about a spirit, you're not going to probably understand in the physical. You get what I'm saying? That's like Ghostbusters. You feel me? Why would you even think they wouldn't make Ghostbusters if they didn't think we was like really dealing with real spirits and ghosts? But they try to make it and turn it into something else. I'm only saying that because for you to even have faith, that's not physical. I was telling my mama that if you don't know or if you're not trained spiritually to understand biblical terms, you will get nowhere. Okay? That's a real thing. That's one, okay? But the biggest thing about that is people don't want to give their life to God to understand what's going on in the spiritual realm. People want to read the Bible, the Quran, or we can go down the list. Fine. But if you're speaking about Jesus and what's going on with the Word of God, there's no way you could read that and get it in this form and then say you understand it and can receive it, believe it, and have faith in it. You get what I'm saying? It don't work like that. It wouldn't even make sense. Because physically we going through this, but we got to believe in something we don't even see. I was telling my mama, it's kind of not fair for people that are trained as kids, because like us as kids, she had us in church, so we was kind of trained to be up under the word, just letting the word just go through ears and out the other while we playing bullshit and whatever. And then at some point, just like the word of God says, train up a child and as you go, and then you come back to the, you get what I'm saying? It's kind of weird that it's truth in that, because we actually did it. But I said, for somebody that don't know, ain't never heard about it, his mom and daddy ain't never known about church, none of that, and they coming from over here and coming from over there, they just gonna believe in what they believe in and stand strong on it and hope they get somewhere. You see what I'm saying? I said, why did we have to come here and be in a position to be forced to try to figure out what is truth and what is a lie, which is determined about where you end up eternally? I told her I felt like that's not fair. Now we talking real shit right now. We discussing, but we talking real shit right now, because a lot of people be hearing me talking here, and I say this and I say that, and I talk about the goodness of Jesus, all he did for me, and I go about things, and I done said stuff that I done things in my life you niggas couldn't fathom. But yet I know this nigga didn't save me. And I know this nigga definitely did, because he ain't saved himself. How he saved me? He ain't even saved himself. So I told my bird, I'm like, damn. Like, we got to be here and try to figure out which one of these niggas lying. Just to figure out where we going, my nigga. Like, for real? And I'm like, who asked to be here? And then I said, who asked to create me? But if we was created to be only in glory, because there was a time that they was in glory and they seen, like you talking about, they could just talk and see. It was a time in glory where they was naked and didn't even know that, because shame wasn't even in the program yet. That button wasn't pushed yet. The button shame, you know, you get naked and come, see, that's why you can't just get naked and walk outside. My bad, you probably didn't know that, but your little stupid ass thought that your body or your physical form was you feeling embarrassed. I'm sorry, but those are things that come from real words like shame. Adam and Eve being naked in the garden and they in glory in God and don't even know they naked because everybody running around pure. That's the biggest word that we lack today. Pure. You almost don't even think that word matter because no one really uses it, because nobody's pure anymore. The purity of clarity is the only thing that separates you from pollution and people. When I used to talk about women being so preserved, it matters so much about a woman being preserved. I spoke about that. I was heavy on that. I remember that. You might want to go back and check that out about it, because if you not hear me about a woman being preserved at home, and while the woman carries the juices to be able to be for a man, for them to create life. It's a reason why this woman's body is made like that, to preserve. It's a reason. It's a reason why we walk around all day with kids. Women think they got 9 months on us, nigga, please. We walking around all day with niggas in our nutsack until we just ready to give it to you. So it makes you think even more. Preservation, preserving the body, and then looking at life and saying, why we not using our whole 100% brain? Why was we created? And then when Adam and Eve pulled that janky shit, it put us in a position where now we shameful because we can't come outside, and now we eating meat. We was never eating meat, never thought about meat. It was only plants, juices, and berries. Shame creates this, then all of a sudden we eating animals, now we're here. Frying steaks on a grill. Ha! And that's just all based off of the book and what was done before us. It make you almost want to get into it with Adam and Eve. Like, where you niggas at? Because it's like, y'all did that for us. Or that was your choice for me. Or y'all did that and now it affected a whole body of creation after them. When that wasn't the plan. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. You need to learn something. That wasn't even the plan, fam. Today, the world today was not the plan. What are we preserving to make sure we understand the plan? Because we have to preserve something here. We heard, and I'm trying to get y'all to kind of understand, like, this war that me and my mama was going back and forth was just the fact that why we can't use our whole 100%. And if they chose to dumb us down, and now we're dumbed down, we are dumbed down and still have to make a choice on who we're going to serve at this percentage. That's the problem I'm having. Why are we not being able to use the whole 100% of the brain? You understand what I'm saying? Why are we not able to use the whole 100%? And if we are not able to use the whole 100% and we only using like 1% of us, like right now, all of us in here are using 1% of our brain. And even the smartest mother ninja in here is still at 1%. So you telling me this 1% brain has to make a decision on who they gonna serve when we living in a world that's demonic? And yet you got to sit back and make a decision on what you going to do. Because if you don't get the chip, or if you don't get the RFID, or if you don't get the mark of the beast, or if you don't survive the rapture, you hearing these 4 things I'm talking? See, some of y'all in here, when it goes down, you ain't going to be doing them but doing that crybaby face because you ain't going to know what to do. You going to stay around and survive the mark of the beast? You gonna stay around and survive the rapture? What's that era that's supposed to come after the rapture? Do you even know what the rapture is, fam? Theo, give me your definition of the rapture.
Well, the rapture really isn't biblical, to be honest. The theory of the rapture isn't fully biblical, and the people that think that they're going to be taken up by the rapture, if you really read the Bible, it does say that we are going to go through the tribulation before that. Mm-hmm. No one's going to escape. Mm-hmm. We all going to have to go through it.
Mm-hmm. Now, you all really don't know thinking what the tribulation is. The tribulation is a certain amount of years that you have to survive on this earth. Now, in biblical terms of what they look at it as, from what Theo said, was that the rapture was that one day, and listen to me clear, because some of y'all don't even know this, but for some reason, when something go wrong in your life, you saying, God, Jesus, Lord. But you don't believe in none of it? Then why you calling his name when things get crazy? That means you believe in him. So don't play them games in here. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Listen to me. The tribulation, the rapture, first of all, supposed to be that the fact that you and me is one day supposed to see somebody vanish like this. That's the rapture. The rapture is supposed to be like right now. A love within sitting at the computer. Theo sitting at the computer. I'm sitting here looking at y'all. The rapture supposed to be like right now. I'm just gone. All 3 of us just gone. Now, hold up. The only way you gone is if you gave your life to God and you saved and filled with the Holy Ghost in that. That's the scripture. People supposed to vanish, fam, right before your eyes. I'm talking about like your clothes supposed to fall off and you gone. If you say, That's the rapture. Now, for those that don't go, because it's supposed to happen like a thief in the night. That's what it says. You know, like a thief in the night, that means he came, you didn't know he was there. See, a robber come in loud, let you know, we in here. We taking everything. Everybody get on the floor, tie him up, tie her up, tell him shut up, go in the refrigerator, give me something to eat. I probably want something to drink too. Give me a minute, I'm finna roll up. Get out! That's a robber. But a thief just gonna creep and creep out. So the rapture is, if you ain't saved, you gonna be here when everybody else supposed to be gone. So when everybody else clothes fall off, listen to me. When everybody else clothes fall off and you still hurt, that's what they call in the rapture, Theo. Everybody clothes gonna fall off, they gone, and you still hurt. And then all of a sudden, danger, nigga. Because they said if you still hurt after the rapture, you supposed to go through this trial of this trip. This the tribulation you was talking about, right? This is what I was talking about. This is what they saying. But you was saying like before. They were saying after. You get what I'm saying? Like if you still hurt, you're going to have to go through this, go through that, go through this, go through that, go through this, go through that, all of this, all of that. You feel me? Real life, real this. Real talk, let's get right. Theo, shout out to Theo in the building, understanding. We just sent 5 No Filters presented by Dealatofficial with the membership. She about to give somebody up in here, fam. That's how we coming. Okay, so fam, just give KDS with the membership. We just give Cute Chaos with the membership. We just gifted More Tone 4577 with the gift. We just gifted y'all. Y'all can, boy, you know your name, don't you? We just gifted Sally 52. Shout out to Theo in the building, gifting gifts, player. Y'all better thank God for her, because she just gave you a whole gift, fam. That's a membership for you. We're going to take a moment to breathe for that. Because shout out to Theo in the building, understand. Look at Stone says, oh boy, woo, woo, that's real. That's how we coming. Shout out to fam. I'm going to clap it up in here. Shout out to fam. You 5 that became members off of Theo showing love, trying to give you an understanding about what family mean, because that's what fam do. Fam take care of you. And that's what she just did, fam. I'm a likely love for you all to say thank you. Shout out to KDS, I already know what to do, just coming out the woodworks, thanking fam for the membership and the love, and how she just came. Shout out to you, Theo. Theo's a day one, just so you understand her background. She's a day one. Been down, understand, gonna be down. Don't stay around. You understand? Been there, gonna be there. We're gonna go through this shit together. You understand? Because I'm gonna tell you something, Theo, to me, it's hard to like not know y'all no more at this point. Like y'all could never like know me no more. Shit. Ain't no way. It's like, oh, you know, we used to rock with Dealatofficial. You know, what that sound like? I don't know what that's about. But that ain't it, yeah. You know me now, I'm in your life forever, nigga. Till God take us. You understand? Yeah. Till God take us home. Yeah. Thank you. And that's when it go down. So I'm just telling you now, you come in here and you subscribe, you become a member. I mean, yeah, it's like that, nigga. Till God take us. You hear me? And my folk on this panel know what it is. Shout out to you, Theo. Love with them. But y'all got to see my light ass the rest of your life. Yeah. You turn on that YouTube. Yeah, that right there. Yeah, and if I don't hear from you, I'm tapping in. What's going on? What the deal is? Who did it? And what's going on? I'm gonna call my people. Go check on Theo. Go check on fam and them over there in South Carolina. Yeah, go check on in Atlanta. Yeah, that's me, fam, pulling up. Yeah. Shout out to Theo one more time up in here, understanding is nothing but love. Chris in the building just pulling up, real G, real understanders under here. Boy, we got Theo dropping gifts, showing love. Woo! It's really real, fam. You hear me? Get yourself together, hit that like button, double tap that screen. Let me tell you something, man. Bang! Never forget, you see the No Filters shirt back there. They're going to be displayed better than they is, but we got them in every color in life. You understand me? One woman, one man gonna win that raffle. You hear me? It's coming up. Next was the what I said.
Hold on, go get it.
What I said, the 20 cent. Did I say the 20 cent? Theo got the shirt. Let me tell you something. This is real. We not playing with nobody about nothing, fam. You gonna win your shirt. We gonna ship it to you. You want your name on the back, your color signed by your boy Dilla T, and you get the personal winning card. Shout out to Love Within. She waiting on. I looked up. It was on time. It was on time. And let me tell you something. That hashtag, I was gonna show you because I was already cooking. That in there. I got to see it. Let me see it. I got to see. The hashtag with the hoodie. I got to see that. You talking about what? Oh yeah. That's in the store. Shout out to you rocking with that? You like that? Shout out to that. Shout out to you, the black one or the white one. Shout out to Theo. Okay, so she got the white one. That's how she comes. You know what I'm saying? That's the half hoodie. That hoodie gonna kill the game. I had to tell him. I said, let me get that one. Let me get that. Let me get that. I think the woman that like that, women that like this. So you rock with that. Theo, let me see it. Theo trying to show you her life. This the Zoom right here, fam. Just so y'all know. Okay, so Q Chaos, send me your email. You can get in the Zoom. Chris, you know what it is. KDS, send me your email. You can get in the Zoom. Email NOFEELTERS314. Look at Theo. Theo got the shirt. Listen to me. She won. We sent the shirt. You see Big Dog Love Within in the building. You see my dog over there. Chris, where you at? Bye. Theo won it. She got the half hoodie for the women. She about to pull that up. So listen to me. Get the Zoom. You gotta be a member to be on the Zoom, fam. Got to be a member. Yeah. What Geeky say? Short term excursion, KDS. Okay, so listen, KDS. Send your email to NOFEELTERS314@gmail.com. Shout out to Love Within. Gonna put it in there, let you know that what it is. Okay, so you see Theo, you see Love Within. Type that in there for me, fam. NOFEELTERS314@gmail.com. Let me say it again. NOFEELTERS314@gmail.com. Members, send your email. Just say what's up in the email. I'ma get it, and I'ma drop the Zoom link on you, and you're gonna be able to pull up. Shout out to Theo. Theo showing you that she won her shirt. She came in. Shout out Love Within in the building. You see her Zoom in there. We coming in heavy. Big dog Chris just popped in. You see how he just popped in? Shout out Chris in the building. My dog in the building. See how he pop in? My dog. That's how we come in. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we doing. Fam popping in. We dropping it in.
Late, man. I normally be here. I ain't mean to be late. My bad.
Oh, my boy is all good, fam. Life be life, and you know how that go, don't you? Again, 314, NOFEELTERS314@gmail.com. Members, when your name is green, that means you a member, fam. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Thank you so much, Theo, for her contributions to the family. She just created 5 members in her. KDS in the building as a member. Yeah, fam, you see what I'm saying? She just went crazy.
Send that email up on this Zoom right quick.
QKI. Yeah, is that it right there, Theo? Let me see. Did we put it in here? KDS. Love Within. Okay, let me see, fam. Okay. Silent 52. Okay, there we go. I had to see the 5. Okay, I see them. Shout out to them. So, Geeky in Atlanta. Geeky, become a member today. Somebody got to pay for your ass, because Geeky won't tell it like it is. You got to get on this Zoom quick, because she be in the front room watching us on TV cooking dinner. It'd be crazy. But it's real, because Ruth pull up. She going to tell like it is too, Love Within. But the biggest thing right now, send your email, fam, so we can know right here and tap in. Don't forget, you in here with your boy Dilla T and my fam. And this is No Filter. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. Demi, your shirt coming, fam. We already got you locked and loaded, my G. It's in play. We in play. Yeah, we coming in play, fam. Fam says, man, where my shirt? It's coming in play, fam. Finna be rocked up and rolled into you. He gonna look up. It's gonna be in the mail. He gonna be like, oh man, thank you. Shout out to it. So it's all good. Yeah, yours as well, Lori. Lori and Demi, y'all shirts is being shipped out, fam. Forgive us. You know, time changed, my G. So, you know, it's different, my G. You know, it's time change, life change. Things got to remain the same. So, all good. And again, Demi, you know, you was looking for Detroit Blue. You know, we had discussed that, fam, because that was going to be a little different for you, fam. Yeah. We were gonna have to figure, yeah, we had to put a hold on that, fam. We had to put that together because that boy said I want Detroit Blue. You hear me, Chris? Oh yeah, now we gotta go looking. You see all of this on this back here, don't you? See every color in the word. Fam said, no, let me get something that ain't even on the couch. You hear me? He's like, let me see what I need. Shout out to Demi Hill, I got you, fam. Lori, hop on the Zoom, Lori. Demi, send it to me, fam. You hit me with the Zoom. Geeky, you got an email. First of all, Geeky, you need to be a member. I would have told you to hit Geeky with it, hit that email. She said, I need a link. Geeky, let me tell you something. You need to be a member right now today. Right now, this second. You get that email. My email, NoFeelters314@gmail. You got to email me. And you get the link and come on the Zoom right now, fam, and we come about it like that. You get on the Zoom right now, QKI. You already see it, fam. Hit that like button, double tap that screen. It's real heavy. Let's get back to it. We ain't never left. Let's just make sure we understand. Let's go.
History, he's erasing it right in front of our faces.
He's erasing it.
Boldly doing it. Because when these niggas get finished destroying America, you will own nothing and still be happy. You know why? Because the world as we know it, well, let's just say this is not going to be the first time that the factory reset button has been hit. This happens all the time. This technology, I tell this to y'all all the time. This technology, every time, you ever notice, if y'all go back to my old lectures, and I used to tell y'all how black people used to make fun of white people and call them cave beasts. But y'all not realizing that all of the technology from the beginning of time,
you good then,
every time the earth has been destroyed, has been hidden in the caves. So while you sitting up there calling white people cave beast, that's where the technology was at. In the caves, not the projects. Inside the earth. There's people living that we ain't never seen. Inside the earth, there are cities that we have never seen that's not interacting with us. Inside the earth is the real, true rulers of this earth. They not up in space. They right here. They right here.
Got you.
And the people in power have been playing military mind games with us. But you want to know what's crazy? Just sit back. Because life is like a movie. And when you sit back and you analyze, look at the black celebrities. They are talking about everything else except for what's going on. You mean to tell me you got all these rappers, all they rap about is busting a gun, and they want to prove that they all tough. But now we got a war knocking on our doorsteps. And they won't even talk about it. They looking in the opposite. And they want to prove that they all tough. But now we got a war knocking on our doorsteps. And they won't even talk about it.
Boy said, now we got a war knocking on our door.
They looking in the opposite direction. What's going on there?
You hear that crit?
Huh? What's going on there? Why is it that you don't see black celebrities talking about what's going on right now? Hello?
All right, Demi, I got you, fam.
Is it anybody home? Where these niggas at? Everybody got a podcast. Because the main objective, the main people they want distracted, the main people that they spending billions of dollars to keep stupid is you, Soldier Boy. Shout out to the 2,000 people in the building in the first 20 minutes. Violate that like button. It don't cost you nothing to hit that like button. You know, God, in the Quran it says, do you think that you will be left alone with saying that you believe in God and you will not be tested? For surely those who were before you has been tested so much that even God's prophets screamed out. All of God's prophets at one point in time cried to God. Even Jesus, the prophet of Nazareth and Galilee, cried to God and said, will you let this cup of suffering pass me? Well, the times that we going through right now, and I pray to God that he do not put on us what he's put on our ancestors or allowed to be put on us through Pharaoh. Because now we are in the times. And I hate when niggas steal from me when I see them on all these platforms. Because if you've been watching me from the beginning, have I not been teaching y'all over and over again when the trumpet is blown even before Trump was in office? Have I not? And now, Trump being a sign of the time, the trumpet is blown.
The zip up hoodie joint.
Are you ready for the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse?
I make a call for you.
Is you ready? Is you bout it, fool? Huh? I thought you niggas was bout it. Is you ready for the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse? Huh? Do y'all not see the signs of the times? The Euphrates River is drying up. We all heard rumors about the evil that hides up under the Euphrates River and the evil that's waiting to come up out of that, huh? The fallen angels. Have y'all heard the rumors about the military being told by Israel that this is a holy war? That these people are planning on going so hard that they actually are trying to. Their goal is to bring about the coming of Christ. These people plan on rocking this earth so much to the point to where that Christ has no choice but to return. So what do we do about it? Get right with God. And I'm not telling you who to pray to. I hate people who try to invoke their beliefs on other people. Let people believe in what they believe in. Get right with who you pray to.
Shout out to Lord with the $5 donation.
That's number one.
Chat,
Number 2, create your own clique right now.
Together, Lord, that zip
Some people out there, you a loner. You cannot afford to be a loner in today's time. Create you some riders, some people that's going to ride with you. I don't care if they're going to push the shopping cart while y'all stealing together. I don't care if they're going to push the shopping cart, when you go into Walmart, because you ain't got nothing to eat, because your house might have got all your... Listen, let me tell you something, right? When they say God works in mysterious ways, well, the devil do too. And when missiles drop on your house and go boom, 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 right? And all that doomsday prepping you did. You had all the canned goods, you had all the guns, you had all the knives, but the missile blew your house up. And the gasoline burnt your whole house down, and it just so happened to happen.
Learn something. Are we learning? Are we getting order? Somebody got all them supplies, and then the bomb hit you, ba-kaboom, bow-kaboom, and it's up in flames. Now it's nothing but smoke and ash. We don't know where you at. So what we need bunkers, B. Is that right? A Love Within said bunkers. I heard that a couple episodes back. Bunkers, B. Do you know what a bunker is? Listen to me. I know it's weird. I know it's crazy. Oh my Lord, G, we talking about bunkers and shit. What? You supposed to be over here going crazy, supposed to be over here living, supposed to be over here just breathing. We talking about bunkers, fam. People got their house remade over, everybody trying to renovate. We talking about bunkers. You know, we talking about being under the ground. Ooh, you better shut it up in here right now. You talking about being under the ground in something that's gonna keep you from a bomb. Allegedly.
So you know the rich ones don't have their bunkers ready for them when that time comes.
They've been had it ready for 20, 30 years.
Huh? You know they already know what's going on.
You all right?
This is very
Nefarious, right?
yeah, you know when to say it, don't you? You know when to pull it out your brain. You know it. Let me get that cup with you. Let me get it with you. You know it, Theo, don't you? You know it. You better get it now. Better get your juice, your water, your coffee, everything. Everybody get your mug. You better get your shot, your water, your juice, your whatever, your hot cocoa, whatever it takes. You better do it now, because I'm telling you, boy, this different. This ain't regular. We ain't seen this. This type of work here ain't regular, fam. Let me tell you something. I know you believe in spiritual warfare, fam. Because we're hearing too much about the, and let me tell you, oh man, let me tell you something, real update, real quick, sidebar. Rihanna, heard that Jay-Z now, allegedly, put a little funds, put a little lottery on your head.
Crazy.
So now I'm like, cause where she come from? And then I'm like, when she did. And then we find out that this person called this person to get this person, for this person to pull up, and then this person did that, and this person said, and then this person called this person and said, this what happened, and this person said, okay, get back at me back. What? We had already deciphered the situation, right?
Threatened to throw her out the window.
Right. But the part where we talking about, all of a sudden, she just out of nowhere just pulled up. And think about it, man. How many people don't like a celebrity, but for somebody to say, hey, I'm going to just pull up and just air it out. Come on, Chris. What? You know that bag on your head. That's when the bag on your head. This is a lady that's talking about they said she a content creator. So you can't tell me that a content creator all of a sudden just feeling gangster. She pulled up and listen to me. She pulled up and aired it out. She ain't pull up and sneak, creep, do none of that. It was a pull up, aired out, boy. I don't care who there with you or not. You understand what I'm saying, Theo? See, these young folk, that's the term they using, aired out, meaning when they pull up, shots is fired. See, and back in our day, it was called drive-by. We the ones created it, nigga. What? How you gonna take something we started? You gonna take something we started and call it something else? You know why it's called a drive-by? Because it took one time to happen, and we just drove by and it was over. Now they talking about spinning a block. Why we spinning? You niggas spinning because you're missing, and now you're dizzy. I'm writing that down. I don't give a
You didn't do it right the first time.
my mama. Right, because we got it right the first time. That's why it was a drive-by, fam. But you know what? It was respect. Women and children, ain't none of that. You can hit the block and see, mentally, you got to, let's see what's going on.
Yeah.
See, we come from morals. Even when you had beef, nigga, and it was a problem, we still respected the woman and the child. What? And today you talking about y'all spinning because don't nobody care about nothing. Well, you better shut up. What you talking about? That's the fact. It's no morals, no nothing. Even in beef, we still had morals. We'll never affect a woman or a child. You know what I'm saying? But it was like that. You feel me? But it's like now you talking about spinning. Y'all spinning because you're missing. Man, give me a moment. I got to write it down because it's out of hand in here. And I'm talking to the panel here. You see what y'all do, fam? It's too much. Y'all spinning because you're missing. You hear me? And that's real because you're missing. And then, you know, it was drive-bys because it was drive-bys, man. That's what we was doing on site. That was that. But the difference now, they make it seem like these kids make it look like no morals is respect, you know? Like the more no morals is respect. And I think that's just ridiculous, you know, at this point. In the times we living in now as kids, you know, because again, we ain't have to go through that. But again, this was drive-bys. They spinning now. They doing all these different things, and they doing it on purpose. Hit that like button. Double tap that screen. Let's go.
While you was outside with that shit on, you know that Jim Jones song? With that shit. Yeah, you outside. So you escape the dangers in your house, but now you ain't got nowhere to go home to, and you got to start all over. And you know what? See, in America, well, if you hungry and you ain't got no food and you ain't got no money and the banks is closed.
What's that saying? What is it, Chris? Some man down? Shots fired. Is it shots fired, man down?
Yeah, something like that.
Good look.
What are you going to do? You're going to steal, right? You're going to do what America taught you to do best anyway. When you see something that you want, you call somebody a terrorist and you take it, take it, take it. Come on, rude boy, did you get it? What? You take it. Huh? Thanks to our leaders for teaching us, if we want something, we take it.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You see what he just did? But he was with African Bombardment. And all they said is that he was take it, don't do that. Because I felt like he just tried to pull a sidebar on a nigga that he already got done like a nigga. What you talking about? Why would he do that? You see what the world, what?
He messed up my joint. That's my joint too. That's my song up.
Yeah, play the rest of something.
Yeah.
This man said, Who sing that song? Who sing that? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. Is that what that is? Who sing that? Take it. Who is that?
Oh, you talking about that what? That sounds like a ring. Yeah.
Who is it? Oh, that's her. That's her. Yeah, that's her.
Number one rule during doomsday is that there is no rules. So you better find somebody that's going to, if you got your front, you better have somebody that got your back. If you got your front, you better have somebody that got your back. Playtime is over. 2000 party over. Oops, out of time. So tonight we gonna party like it's 1999. Y'all want to know what's funny? Huh? You want to know what's funny? You ever notice how Prince was running around with slave written on his face? Why did Prince have slave tattooed on his face? Because he woke up in America and he realized that he was a slave. Remember when Kanye West told the world that slavery was an option? And everybody thought he was crazy, but one of my biggest videos is when I agreed with Kanye and I said he was right. Slavery was an option.